Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Codex Reviews. My name is Tim, and today I'm going to bring you one of my favorite Elseworlds stories, and that is Superman Speeding Bullets. Let me go ahead and get the credits out of the way for this real quick. Writing goes to J.M. DeMettis. Artwork, and that includes inks, goes to Eduardo Burrito, and colors to Les Dorschild. So, right off the bat, like I said, this is one of my favorite Elseworld stories. I remember when this came out when I was younger, when I was a kid, and I was so enthralled by the aspect of, like, basically, what if Kal-El crashed into Gotham and the Waynes found him instead of the Kents? So, in effect, Bruce Wayne never existed in the sense that we know him, but then goes into Kal-El, who becomes Bruce Wayne. So the story really captures the essence of both characters' origins, Cal's and Bruce's, but combines them both in such a way that it really makes for a unique experience. We see Kal-El, who is now Bruce, being brought up by his mother Martha and his father Thomas, both in different ways, and along with Alfred too. All three of them give him different aspects of what he will become, both as a man and as a hero or a vigilante. We see them go to the Monarch Theater, where they go to see Zorro for the first time. Kind of gives Bruce a little bit of inspiration there. And the same thing that happens with the Bruce Wayne that we know with the origins. His parents are killed by Joe Chill, so on and so forth. But there it kind of ends. And that's where Bruce manifests some of his powers, mainly the heat vision and the invulnerability, which has always been there. But Joe Chill is effectively taken out at that point after the murder of Martha and Thomas. And it goes through where Bruce grows up, kind of a recluse. Alfred is all he has left. And then we shift to kind of a little bit of Clark's origins, who is now Bruce in this story, rediscovering the ship that he came in on, learning things that his father Thomas had written down, kept a journal through this whole time period of his life up until his death, and kind of coming to a realization of who he is as a person and what he thinks he's meant to be. And that's where, like I said, it's a great, perfect mixture of both characters' origins into this one unique story. And throughout all of this, Lois is kind of our narrator, telling us everything that's happening, like almost like she's writing a story for the Gotham Gazette, which she works for. She doesn't work for the Daily Planet here. She works in Gotham, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, she talks about all the different ways this origin could have happened, but here in this world, this is how it was always supposed to be. Now, all the major characters are here. Lois, Perry, Lex Luthor, and even the Joker. They all are in here in one form or another. Very similar to what we know, but some of them are a little bit different. Beyond that, this story, guys, it's just so amazing. It's so fantastic. I love every bit about this. The mystery, the action is very good. We get to see a side of Batman that we never really would have seen at this time when this came out in the 90s. He's a lot more aggressive, borderline murderous even. And with Lois, like she is with Superman, with Clark, kind of helps to keep him grounded. At first, it's really difficult and shaky, but as the story progresses, Lois's true part in this whole story really comes out, and it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, so in the 90s when this came out, this I think was a very experimental story, kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit, and I really, really like stories like that kind of see how far they can go. And they did that here, and they did, I think, a wonderful job. So the writing for me gets a very solid 8.5 out of 10. It's a little dated reading it now versus back then, and it kind of slows down and gets a little clunky through the middle, right into the beginning of the third act, end of the second, into the third. But beyond that, the writing is perfect. Aside from that little section, the artwork also gets a very high score for me. It gets a 9 out of 10. Eduardo Burrito's artwork is amazing, and I think top notch during this time period. Really captures the essence of Kal-El as Batman, Bruce, that sort of thing, and does a very, very good job conveying consistency throughout the whole story and giving us a great visual representation of James DeMatteis's script. Absolutely fantastic. It's a 9 out of 10 right there. So overall, with writing it at 8.5 and artwork at a 9, this gets a very well-deserved 8.75 out of 10. I highly recommend this book. If you haven't read it, you can find this on eBay or at your local comic shop for a couple of bucks. Or you can find it in several different trades. The trade that I have here is the Superman Elseworlds story, and it's the very first story in there. So it throws you right into some awesome, awesome storytelling. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Tim. Don't forget, we are on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us. We also have a website that is www.thecodexstation.com for all your codex needs. We've got merchandise there, and you can even find out information about your favorite hosts on any of the Codex Station shows. Once again, my name is Tim. This is Codex Reviews, and I will see you next time.